Alright everyone, so today we're going to be moving my Myrmecocystus Navajo colony, which is about, I want to say 200 workers or so, into a custom-made Tar Heel Ants fortress, which I'll show now. And so yeah, this is going to be another kind of tutorial of how to move honeypots to a new nest, but also just showcasing this colony. So, without further ado, let's begin. So always first step, you're going to want to have the colony inside an elevated area. This helps really for getting those repletes out, not squishing any workers, the whole 9 yards. The tools I'll be using today are going to be 2 various size featherweight forceps. So we got some long ones and also some little bit more broad ones. I'll be using a manual aspirator. Pretty sure everyone knows what that is. And a paintbrush. So here we go. So first step is always going to be pop off the glass of the nest you're going to be moving them into. So I'm going to get this a little bit more in frame. So I'll pop this glass off. Okay. I've already hydrated the nest a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and, let's see here, pop this glass off. Easier said than done. Okay, so already we got a lot of workers running out. So we're gonna let them run out for a quick little bit, and I'm gonna start dealing with the repletes. So getting the repletes out is always in my opinion, the hardest part. There's tons of repletes in here. Let's see if I can get a better lighting on it. Tons of repletes. So we're gonna have to try to get those out one by one. I'm using the longer forceps here for this. So here's a replete right here. So repletes are actually completely immobile. Almost rolled her off. See if I can get in front of the camera. Alright, so I'm gonna end the video here, remove all the repletes and come back to it. Alright, so I've removed all of the repletes. Let me get them on view real quick. I've only popped one, which is up here, which is actually not bad for, it looks like there's probably about 15 repletes, 10, 15. So now we're going to move the repletes into the fortress. So let's get a better angle on that. Try to lower it a little bit. Alright, so of course, I'm going to grab the replete. And hopefully we don't pop any moving them in. Try to just get them up onto... They will crawl up, so we just need to really get them inside the nest. Hopefully they don't crawl out. See them moving around. Let's get another one. Try to spread them out a little bit. Basically hanging up ornaments on a Christmas tree. Let's get some more. Here we go. Put a couple up here. Hopefully they don't crawl out. All right, let's put some down on the bottom chamber. Okay. All right, we've got about 8 more to go. I like them up here in this middle row. Oh, that one rolled a little bit, but she's all right. Put some by the water tower. So I found that usually repletes really love to hang near water towers. I'm not sure why, but in my Myrmecocystus mexicanus colony, there's a huge concentration of repletes near water tower. All right, so let's see. We've got, it looks like 4 large repletes left and 2 smaller ones. Almost done with this. Can't get them all in there. Put another one on this row. Perfect. A few more up top. And guide them in the right direction. Sorry, this process is the longest because the repletes are so fragile. Let's get them in there. There we go. And we've got one left. Let's get this little bitty final replete, just right here, little bitty one. Put her right here. Okay. So now we're gonna put the glass back on the nest. And that's gonna be the last time this nest is open. Make sure there's no workers on it. All right. Oh, it looks like it's the wrong way. Let's get it on there. Wrong way again. There we go. All right, so now we're going to move this aside, just to right here. I've already flew-oned it as well. Let's see if we can get a better view of the bucket now. That should be fine. So now we're going to use our manual aspirator and try to harvest some of the brood. So my voice is gonna sound a little different right now. I have the aspirator tube in my mouth. There's tons of brood in this nest. Hard to see, but yeah. We're gonna go for the pupa first. There's hundreds of pupa and larvae inside the colony here. All right, that's a pretty good amount. So let me show you what we've got. See all the pupa, all those little specks on the side are all little larvae and eggs. So we're gonna dump this whole aspirator vial into the outworld right here of the fortress. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Flicking off all the other brood that's on the outside. All right, so I'll go ahead and show the fortress outworld real quick. You can see all the larvae, a lot of pupa. There's still a lot more in the nest we need to deal with. And plenty of workers. But the workers will be the easy part. So now let's go back into the nest and vacuum up as much as we can. They love to use the nest ports, the sides of the water tower, to store brood. So always remember to check there when you're moving a colony. All right, so the nest is pretty much, try to slide off any workers. We have crushed a couple, but this colony's, that's not gonna matter. There is plenty of pupa on the way. All right, so now let's do the queen, the most important member of the colony. Let's go ahead and get her out. Let's see if we can get her first try here. Don't want her to fall or anything. All right, so we've got the queen. It's here right here in the forceps. So we're gonna go ahead and set her gently down in the outworld. There she goes. And now we're going to use our aspirator to blow the workers out of the nest and into this bucket. So that's gonna be a little loud maybe. All right, then we're gonna get our paintbrush, start dusting them off. Just gently sweeping them out of the nest. Sorry, I'm doing it out of frame. Let me raise it up. All right. Got a lot on my hands, but luckily these don't bite or sting, so should be a-okay. Gently sweeping them out. Okay. So once we've got a good amount out of here, we're gonna go ahead and close it up. Let's see. There's looks to be about 30 or so left. Try to get as many more out as we can. We'll close it up and we'll deal with the ones we already have in the bin, because there's no sense to let them keep running around aimlessly while we have so many in there. So let's go ahead and finish up, try to get as many out as we can, then we'll get the rest out later once we've moved and cleared out this bin. So let's do a couple more. Let's see, the nest is virtually, let's see if I can shine it in there. Pretty much empty, maybe a little more, a couple in the outworld. But aside from that, looks to be good enough. Let's go ahead and close it up real quick. Make sure we don't get any workers. Get her off. Okay, there we go. One up top. All right, set that down for a minute. So now let's look at our bin. Clean off our original podium. Okay, so here's what we're working with here. Looks to be about, give or take, let's get them all down there, maybe 120, 130 workers. So this part's real simple. Get them all in a corner like that and just kind of funnel them into the new outworld. Ants have exoskeletons, so this does not hurt them. And there we go. Here's the outworld now, teeming with Navajo. It shouldn't take them long to start moving into the new nest. And we're gonna go ahead and finish up with the remaining ants. Let's go ahead and take their feeder out. Set that aside. And now we'll get the rest of them out of the old mini hearth. Dump them in there. Let's see, it looks like there's about, oh, let me move the camera so y'all can see this final part. Let's see. Looks to be about everyone now. All right, so the nest, let's see that has 1 or 2 workers left. So just get those last couple out. 1, 2 workers, and that should be everything. All right, so we'll go ahead and finish this off with this final dump. Let's see, we got another, I'd say 10 Navajo workers out just then. So we'll go ahead and put those into the fortress. And yeah. So in a couple days, I'll be moving my Myrmecocystus Mindax colony into this fortress that Mac made me. I love the red, especially with honey pots. It really just makes them pop, especially because most of the areas I find them actually have red soil. So yeah, so here's the colony. Let's show one last look. And I'll go ahead and spin it around to show the nest interior. See the repletes. A couple workers running around now. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.